Welcome back to the Speak Up Now podcast. And I'm your host, Darius Silver, aka Mr. GQ, bringing some important, interesting, motivating, inspiring content for you, the people, you, society, and you, everyone, to motivate your peers around you. I'm excited to bring more episodes of 2025. I'm excited to be back officially, my official third episode of 2025, and I'm ready to get this thing rolling. I'm ready to get this ride going faster and faster and faster. And you guys will only make me go faster and faster and faster with you, keeping me motivated, keep on pushing me, and keeping me accountable for the content that I bring. So whoa, what are you doing? You forgetting to hit the subscribe button? Stop it. What are you doing? You watching the Speak Up Now podcast, and you watching your host, Darius Silver, aka Mr. GQ, give you some unbelievable content. What are you doing? I need you to subscribe right now. Check out my social media platforms that you see on the screen, Facebook, Instagram, and this platform, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you continue to tune in and watch the full episode. Come on now. This is the Speak Up Now podcast, where we're inspiring others to speak up and do better. Come on now, subscribe. Come on, subscribe. All right, let's get you back to the full episode. Boom. So, if you're a new viewer, thanks for tuning in. 2025, hopefully 2025 is good to you. Hopefully it's good to me, but most importantly, hopefully it's good for you. And if you're a returning viewer, you know what it is. Much love to you. So, this is gonna kick this thing off the right way, as I do all my episodes. If you're a new viewer, make sure you pay attention. So if you're ready for today's episode, go ahead and say with me. Let's ride. So, when it comes to my episodes and my topics, I've came to the conclusion that I want to be more and more direct, more and more intentional with what I say. No matter if it affects everybody, if it affects a woman or a man, it's my opinion, and we all entitled to our opinions. But hopefully my opinions motivate you to speak your mind and speak how you feel. So today's episode might ruffle some feathers, but I feel it as it is a fact of life. So for today's episode, make sure you pay attention. I feel as a man, and I feel that men, speaking from a man's perspective, I feel like men should be entitled to have a standard for what they want in a partner. As when I say partner, as a woman. Just as women have standards, that what they want in a man, it's more common for society to accept a woman or women to have standards, to have a certain goal they want for men to reach, for them to have a chance with them. So why can't men have the same exact thing? Society is less accepting of a man having standards when it comes to having a woman, and I'm gonna tell you why. In today's society, I could probably say not decades ago, but I feel like in today's society, men get punished more, get looked at differently for wanting a woman to have certain things in terms of how they carry themselves. What do they do? Are they family oriented? How do they conduct themselves in public? How are they as a personality? Are they loyal? Are they kind, loving, share? Are they above as what women look for in a man? Right? I mean, like you can probably put money has some type of saying and revolving around in both sides of the aisle, which is a fact of life. But it is more common for society to accept a woman of having standards in terms of I want my quote unquote future husband to have this, or my future fiance to have this, or my future boyfriend to have this. But society's not gonna say a word. They're not gonna get recommended. They're not gonna get talked to down. They're not gonna get criticism for saying those things or having those opinions. On opposed to if a man saying that, a man just wants a woman with a thick body. A man wants a woman with the best looking face. A man just wants a woman that they can treat them like a king. No. Yes, we men have standards too. Want those things. Wants a pretty lady with an attractive lady. But also a man wants some of the things that a woman wants in a man. They want a woman that treats them with respect, sees them as an equal partner, sees them as someone they could to care and love for, and be there for them. Just opposed as a woman. Women in the world have this narrative that they're emotional creatures, but men are emotional creatures too. I'm not gonna sit there and say women are emotional creatures in the world because they all they do is cry. No, I'm not saying that. Men are emotional creatures too, especially when it comes to love, especially when it comes to their lady, especially when it comes to wanting something real in a relationship or a partner. Men are the same way. So then why are men punished for having standards and wanting to find the right one, opposed to when a woman says, I'm gonna be picky with who I talk to, who I go out with on a date with, who I bring around my family. Men should have the opportunity to have the same opportunity to be the same way without being criticized for it. That's all I'm saying. I'm in my space where everything should be equal, as even though things aren't equal right now, even though growth has happened and changes have happened, but everything is not equal, but everything should be equal in all assets of life, relationships, jobs, pay, so on and so forth. But there's different levels to it. But I feel like, and I can speak from a relationship standpoint, that men have less power, or men get criticized more when it comes to relationships opposed to women. And I know there's people out there that say, well, you can look at Travis Hunter and his girlfriend or other couples or whatsoever, but that's an anomaly, that's an outlier. 9 times out of 10, women have society's acceptance when it comes to relationships about what's going on, opposed to certain things. I'm not saying everything I say is right. All I'm saying is this is my personal opinion. You can agree to disagree. When you get older and older and older, you start to understand things more and look at things differently and just do a bunch of reflection. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at my point in my life. Especially when it comes to relationships and seeing how relationships affect single people and how relationships affect people who are in a marriage or in a long-standing relationship. And I've seen from my two very eyes how society views each side of the aisle, the man or the woman. And I've made a lot of episodes about relationships in the past. If you haven't already, I'll throw a solo out there, reminder, go check out my episodes in 2024. The relationship ones, I promise you're gonna be very, very entertained. But I've made a lot of episodes and talked about different topics about relationships and how I just wish that things were equal on both sides of the aisle, man and female. Yes, I know I can't speak for the female perspective, but what I can speak on is the male perspective. And I'm not gonna say the male perspective or the men out here are doing everything right, but I can say that there's some good men out there that wants a good equal playing field about, okay, we could be, I won't say picky, but we could choose how we want to choose without being reprimanded. This men, as the general topic, men just want the pretty face, the pretty body, the girl with a good job, a girl with, nah. Men look at the same qualities that women do as well. Personality, how you treat them, do you see a future with that lady? How you see them as a person. Can you bring this person around your family and you can coexist and build something? Having that that team goal mindset. Men can have that same mindset as well, just as women can. But women get, I'm not trying to say anything that comes off as disrespectful, but I feel like women are praised more for being picky about who they want, if that makes sense. And men aren't. And I feel, as you guys feel, the people who's watching this episode, do you think that's fair? If you're a woman, do you think that's fair? If you're a man, do you think that's fair? I'm asking for feedback. I'm asking for everybody's opinion, not just male, not just female, all age gaps. And I'm not to a point where the relationships need to grow, or single people, single men and single women need to play on equal playing fields. Even though sometimes that's not how it is sometimes, sadly. And in today's age where social media is high as it is, dating apps are as high as it is, and all social media platforms and all dating apps swear that everybody's on an equal playing field, but 9 times out of 10, they aren't. And it takes people to say it. It takes people, men, it takes women to say that things aren't equal from both sides of the aisle. And I'm the person that stands for everything, stands for fairness, equality, everything whatsoever. But you know, as a man, you gotta speak from a man's perspective, and not being afraid to speak your mind, not be afraid to speak your perspective on important topics as relationships, because we all want companionship, we all want someone to call ours, we all want a wife, we all want, as a female perspective, their perspective, they all want a husband, so on and so forth. So it takes someone, it takes a man, it takes a woman to say how they feel without being criticized for it, and saying sometimes the truth is the truth, sometimes the truth hurts, but also heals. And the truth is, that's how it is. Women are praised more for being picky and being choosy about who they bring home or who they go out on a date with or who they're interested in, without giving that particular person the real opportunity. And that's all us men want, is the same thing. It's the opportunity to say, hey, I'm gonna be choosy who I date, or choosy who I'm interested in, or choosy who I talk to, because things can end up wasting your time more than you realize. And women can waste your time too. Just as women can say, he's wasting my time, blah, 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 blah. Women can waste men's time too. So let's get that out the way too as well. I'm so tired of the narrative is that because relationships, 9 times out of 10, I'm not saying all the time, 9 times out of 10, women have the upper hand. I'm gonna say it again, some people might disagree with me, but women in some situations, let me emphasize, not all situations, but some situations that women have the upper hand, especially when it comes to playing with other people's emotions. But men get that title all the time. So I just want an equal playing field. That's literally all I want when it comes to certain things. And some people out there might disagree, which is fine. But some people out there might agree and might say, man, this guy's really telling the truth, which I'm trying to just get my perspective about it. Matter if you disagree or agree. So I'm all for love. Love heals everything. Love. I want to love everybody. I want love for every single body. Because I promise you, life is easy to go through with someone that you love, and someone that you want to spend your life with. So I just want to say, I want love for everybody. But I want an equal playing field for love, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at with it. It's hard to see it when you dive into the deep grains of it, because relationships is a deep topic to talk about, because no one's gonna have the right answer. No one's gonna have the right answer. But we all can find the right answer together and talk about it and just give you a perspective about it. And that's what I want to do with my podcast. That's what I want for you guys who takes the time to watch my podcast and watch my episodes. So yeah, I'm gonna say it again. Men can be picky. Men should have standards too, without being criticized for it. And I'm here to say that women can sometimes can waste a good man's time. Because there's some good men out there. There's some good women out there. But there's also some bad men out there. There's also some bad women out there. So let's recognize the two. Let's come to agreements that is the truth. There's some good men, there's some bad men, there's some good women, there's some bad women. And you know, that's how it is. But that's today's episode. I want to get that off my chest, and I feel a little bit better to get off my chest. Hopefully you guys learned something today. You guys understand what I was saying. And yeah, I'm glad to be back with more episodes. I'm glad to be back with bringing some good topics with you guys, talking with you guys, and motivating you guys to, you know, speak up. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure, as always, subscribe, share this video, like, comment, give me your opinion, and come back for more and more and more for some more topics, for some more episodes and above. So that's going to end this thing out the right way, as we always do. So if you're a new viewer, make sure you pay attention how we do things around here. And if you're a returning viewer, you know what it is. Let's do it together. Stay mellow. Keep your mellow mind. Stay focused on what's important, and then keep on doing what you do and doing it pretty well. And as my man Cam Newton says, you got one finger, one pinky, one thumb, one love. Boom.